Welcome back to Vitamin D, and you know me, I love countries, I love maps, and so I was thinking, what if I made a video about World War III? Alright, so you guys know me, like I just said, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about the probable sides and probable decisions of countries and kind of also the origin story and just a lot of things about how at least I think World War III would play out. So this all starts back in the early the mid 1900s. World War II has just ended, and the Cold War is coming upon us. In this war, the Soviet Union and NATO, and the recently founded NATO actually, have tensions that are growing. The original NATO members consisted of Portugal, Spain, France, the United Kingdom, Iceland, Norway, the lowland countries, West Germany was split at this point, Italy, Greece, and Turkey. And of course the United States and Canada, because the United States is why not, we're friends with all of West Europe, and Canada because what are they going to defend themselves with? Maple syrup guns? Alright, so this alliance was built to defend against the Soviet Union and its Western Bloc allies, which included East Germany, Poland, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, Romania, Yugoslavia, Albania, and Bulgaria. After the Soviet Union fell, many countries joined NATO. East Germany formed together with West Germany, so now today they are together. But some other countries that joined were Poland, Czechia, Slovakia, Hungary, Slovenia, Croatia, Macedonia, Albania, Montenegro, Sweden, Finland, Romania, Bulgaria, and even some countries that used to be in the Soviet Union, the Baltic states. Now, of course, different countries have different views on the world, and there are lots of them that are probably joining the Western side, which is the US, NATO, and their allies. However, there are three main countries I want to bring up today because they are a little more complicated than the other ones. But probably the most complicated is India. So this is India, and these other countries are China, Russia, and the United States, and then there's also NATO, which the United States is part of. Now, Russia and China are friends. Russia and India are friends. However, India and China are enemies. NATO and the United States are also allies with India. However, again, both of them have problems with Russia. So India's relationship is they are mainly friends with a lot of countries that absolutely hate each other's guts. With Brazil and Turkey, it's a little less serious. They're just allies with both NATO and Russia. Brazil is on the hook, and it is pretty hard to decide which side it's going to be on once World War III breaks out. But even though Russia supports Turkey in some cases, like how Turkey and Greece also hate each other, Russia supports them with that. But Turkey is pretty firmly in NATO, as on this map you can literally see them in NATO right there. So they are pretty much going with NATO on this one. And finally, we can't forget the Middle East. The Middle East is a place of, how should I put this? I'll just say some kind of bad and messed up stuff happens around here. And I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to diss the Middle East. There are places in Turkey, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Iran that are really nice places, really nice people. But sometimes the countries here can just get really messed up. So let's go through this. And speaking of Saudi Arabia and Iran, they are pretty similar. They're around the same size, and they both produce oil despite hating each other's guts. And Saudi Arabia is allied with the West, while Iran is allied with the East. And since they're in different factions, they also kind of have eternal beef. Oman and Yemen are pretty similar in shape and size, but anything other than that, Oman is just better than Yemen. How should I describe Yemen? Do you guys know what a Minecraft Anarchy server is? Yemen is kind of like a Minecraft Anarchy server. So we're just gonna put a nice big explosion emoji right there. Now, Syria and Iraq have rivers flowing through them that Turkey might want to close off, so they also kind of have some beef. Egypt, Jordan, Lebanon, and really all of these other countries, along with Palestine, have troubles with Israel in the recent conflicts. So they also get to have an explosion emoji. Iran hates Israel. Iraq and Kuwait kind of have some beef. Iraq once in the Gulf Wars invaded Kuwait and Iraq got their butt kicked. However, they eventually got revenge later when the United States tried to invade them after the Twin Towers were knocked down by some terrorist activities. And probably the worst offender of all is the United Arab Emirates. That has the tallest tower in the world. This is the Burj Khalifa. Oh, and also, did you know that in the United Arab Emirates' most populated and attractive city, which is Dubai, they forgot to install a sewage system, so they have to have poop trucks carry people's waste everywhere. That is not a joke. Look it up on Google. I'm not messing with you. And so, what did we exactly learn today? No matter what country you look at, the great powerhouse of the United States, the noble country of Egypt, or some of the more difficult relationship ones like India and Brazil. Each country has their own perspective on the world. And maybe it's best we leave it that way. But if we all know one thing's going to happen, it's that World War III is coming. And it is coming very, very soon. And since the world is going to explode soon, in the meantime, why don't you explode that subscribe button? Take your vitamin D well and stay healthy.